Hi guys, happy Wednesday. Hope you're doing well. All right, so once again, like I do every week, I'm here to share with you tips about how to get more clients from your content. And today I want to focus on specifically building your email list. So of course, last week I talked about um, how good it is to have an email newsletter, how you're building trust and warming people up. But then the next thought might be, as it has been for me, okay, that's great that email newsletters have this kind of return on investment, but it doesn't do anything if I have no one to talk to. So there's a point where it's just like, okay, I need to build an email list, but how do I do it? So that's what I'm here to talk about today. I have 6 tips that I'm going to go through with you, and then one thing that you should never ever do. You're going to be tempted to do it at least once, but I'm telling you, don't even do it, and I'll tell you why. So let's go ahead and jump in with the 6 tips on how to build your email list. Now, again, when it comes to email marketing, it's super effective. For every dollar that you spend on it, you get like a $40 return on average. That's really, really good because what's special about emails is that not only do people opt in, it's more than just a follow, like they follow your page, you have control over it. So, once again, if there's a Facebook glitch, you can still access them through their email and they chose to follow you. When someone brings you into their email inbox, it's a big deal. So, this is why we want to increase that list because it's a really, really effective form of marketing. And if you don't like social, here you go. This is a really good place to start that keeps you away from social media, right? Okay, so first thing I want to encourage you when it comes to building your list, start today. Now, this could take a lot of forms, but if you take nothing else away from this video, when it comes to building your email list, I want you to start today because there's kind of a chicken and the egg element sometimes when people go to start their email list. They're like, well, I I have to wait until I have like X amount of subscribers before I start writing it, right? But how can I invite people to subscribe if I'm not writing anything? So you kind of get stuck in this like doom loop, more or less, right? Here's my advice: pick something and start there. That's the best thing I can tell you. Find a place, find a step, pick the next best step. Now, let me give you some examples of like where you can start. Because I just want you to build momentum in this direction. This could be signing up for an email service provider like MailChimp. This could be putting time on your calendar right now that you're going to write a newsletter. Doesn't matter if you have 7 followers or 7,000. I'm going to write a newsletter this month at this time. Do something to get started. Because remember, until you hire someone else to do it, you are the marketing department for your company. No one else is going to do it. I think Melanie Robbins has like an awesome quote about this. I used to have it written up here. That's why I'm looking this direction. Basically, she's like, no one is coming to save you, and the sooner you understand that, the better off you are. So again, if you're not paying someone to do the marketing for you, this is going to land on you. But you don't have to get 10,000 signups all at once. You don't worry about that. Take the next right step. So remember, that's it. Also, again, I have a blog that I wrote about this, so you can see like more details, more links, more resources there. It's in the link to this video, all of those things. So anyways, so that's one. Get started. Pick the next right step for you. It doesn't matter if it's tiny, but build forward momentum. You're not trying to build 10,000 followers and subscribers overnight. It's not how it works. It's okay. Don't feel rushed, just keep moving forward. Okay, so number 2, choose quality over quantity. That's very important. So again, I went back to this this example of you have to have 10,000 people on your list, and if you're anything like me, okay, so like on my Facebook feed, of course, I'm a marketer, I'm a content writer, so I get like bombarded with ads from other people in my field who have lists with 100,000 people, and if you want to learn to do this the next 67 seconds, sign up now, and then you can send 8 emails every day, and then you'll have this list. It's totally overwhelming messaging, at least for me. I don't know about you. You don't need a list with 100,000 or 10,000 people in order to have a successful business, in order to meet your revenue goals. You can be a lot more modest and reasonable. It's okay, because something to keep in mind, research actually shows your open rates and conversion rates that people actually buy from your emails, it actually goes down a little bit when your email list gets bigger. So it's more important to focus on quality, not quantity. Again, you're going to see these big, impressive numbers. I want you to think of the word just vanity metrics. You don't want to get to these numbers at any cost. You want to get the right people in your field. This isn't about just having a big list. This is about connecting with people that you want to work with, who need what you have and can buy what you have. This is who we're focusing on. I don't care about getting a number counter to a certain point. I care about helping you grow your list in a way that you're connecting to the right people who will actually buy from you and that you want to work with. So just to kind of like help you wrap your head around the fact, like if you've been bombarded also with, oh my God, I need a massive email list in order to succeed. You don't. So work backwards with me. Okay. So what's your revenue goal? For example, do you need 2 more clients to meet your next revenue goal? Okay. Now think also back over your marketing. I want you to take a minute and think about, okay, how many calls or inquiries did I need to get in order for someone to sign up with me? Was it 2? Was it 10? So think about how many people you need to get in touch with you before they actually buy from you. This is kind of like the funnel that we've talked about before, right? So maybe you know that you need to get 5 inquiries for one purchase, right? Let's just use that as an example. Well, here's the thing. When you have email marketing, your click-through rate, so someone who not only opens your email but clicks the link or the prompt inside the email, is about 2 or 3%. And that doesn't sound great on first glance, but I want you to think about it in the terms of like the 10,000 person email list. You can have a smaller email list and be very effective. So let's say you only have 200 people on your email list. Maybe you're just starting, that feels way out of the league, but I want it to feel more attainable than 10,000, okay? So say that you need about 5 inquiries before you can get 1 buyer. You have an email list of 200 people, guess what? 2 to 3% of that list is about 4 to 6 people that will, on average, click through from your email to look more closely at your offer. It's getting you that much closer to your revenue. And guess what? You didn't need to have 10,000 people. 200, and in the average, you have what you need to get in the realm of buying from you. That's what I want you to understand, that it's more achievable to get like a couple hundred people on your list than getting 10,000. And you can still hit like your revenue goals or your growth. So I want you to release the need to have like a super massive list, because it's not a need. You don't need it. By the way, if you feel this big rush to add a ton of people to your list, I want you to keep this in mind. 1, email marketing is really good for nurturing your current audience. Here's another part of why that matters. Because it costs 5 times more to attract a new customer rather than keep an existing one. So whoever you already have in your circle that you served, keep them happy. And if you're overwhelmed with the idea of trying to go out and find a bunch of them fast, don't. It's okay to grow slower. Nurture the ones you have here. They're more likely to buy from you if they bought from you historically, and it's cheaper to keep them than to find new ones. So this is what I'm telling you. Don't feel worried about making a massive email list overnight. You don't need to. So that's 2. Choose quality over quantity. Now 3. Now we're going to get more into like the nitty-gritty kind of stuff, because right now I'm just telling you to start and to focus on the right people. That's basically what I've said so far. Let's talk about, like more mechanics. Using lead magnets. So it's great to focus on the right people and to get started, but how do you actually get the people? So if you're anything like me, your email is kind of like already bombarded with coworkers, with clients, with newsletters and signups, and it's a mess in there. Like inbox 0, like that's so far, I can't even see it. I have no inbox 0. So I'm not looking to bring more chaos into my inbox if I don't need to. So if someone wants to be in my email inbox, I want them to give me a good reason. I'm willing to be bought when it comes to my email address. So this is what lead magnets are. We're trying to give something that's valuable enough that people will pay for, but giving it for free because the payment you're receiving is the email address so that they can be on your email newsletter. You're basically buying their way into the inbox. Now, your lead magnet can be, again, the important thing to remember is it's just like you're trying to make sure that it's relevant to your offerings, relevant to the type of client you want to work with, and that they can access the freebie immediately and implement it immediately. You want to give them fast, quick wins. Even if it's a small thing, give them a fast win that they associate with you and that they see like, oh, she can help me get X or Y done. So, but again, if you meet those criteria, the form it comes in isn't as important. It could be a PDF checklist. Actually, here's the thing. People are actually kind of disincentivized to like download something with a bunch of time requirements and moving parts. They like something they can download and digest fast. So don't feel like you have to create this 45-minute tutorial for them to go through. If it's your audience and that works for you, great. But a lot of people on average like something fast, quick, easy to digest. So even if you're like, well, a PDF checklist, that's not worth anything, think again. Try and give it another shot. Sometimes simple is better than nothing. And again, like I said, get started. And if you're trying to think of like this really elaborate lead magnet to procrastinate on starting, start with a simple thing. You'll be so surprised at how effective it will be. So, anyways, lead magnets can come in all shapes and forms. PDF checklist, ebook, a list of resources like bundling of stuff, like, here's all these websites, all these tools, blah, blah, blah. Webinar video training, an email mini course, a free online course, 30-day free trial, especially if you're like SAS, and 20% coupon when you sign up for the newsletter. All of these things, these are all things that you can offer. Again, the idea is to do something relevant to what you offer. So for example, I shouldn't be trying to offer like something, I don't know, I need to stay in my lane when it comes to like content and bookkeeping. I want them to associate the solution with me and my work in order for them to hire me. So it's relevant to your offerings, relevant to the type of client you want to work with. If you want to work with, completely newbie clients, people who are just starting their business, they have different problems than someone who's like been in business for 2 years and they've hired a couple people and they're more advanced. They have different problems. So make sure that you're solving a problem in the right kind of genre, I guess, that you want to work with. And again, it's worth putting in a little effort to make this, good, easy, because it has such a big payoff, especially when it comes to getting them on your newsletter and all of these things. And again, I have email, I have lead magnet services. I have templates that you can buy for just like $29, and completely walks you through it in Canva. Super easy to do. So if you need a lead magnet, I got you covered. Reach out. I got the templates. Anyway, so that's 3. Use a lead magnet. Give them a reason. Basically, buy your way to their email inbox. Number 4, use ESPs. And again, that stands for email service providers. This is something like MailChimp, ActiveCampaign. So when you segment and personalize your email campaigns, so for example, I have some bookkeepers who are much newer with me. They have new businesses and they need lower dollar offerings. So it would be wise for me to segment my campaigns for marketing my inexpensive membership and templates to them, and then have a different campaign for the more seasoned bookkeepers and accountants who reach out to me for like custom content and coaching. That's a different audience, and then I can segment messaging on 2 different channels basically, so that I'm saying this to this section of my email list and this to this section of my email list. When you do that, it bumps up your effectiveness, it bumps up your revenue, all of these things. What is this? Yeah. So the stat I found sounds crazy, but it can, if you segment and personalize in a smart way, up to 760% increase in your revenue. It's bananas. And that's where the ESPs come in. There's automations, there's triggers, there's ways you can track it, and it's just such a useful tool that will make your life easier. If you want to go email marketing, you've got to sign up for one of these. Again, you can do, and there's just the automations. Oh God, I love automations. I love things that save me time and make my life easier. And once you get this set up, it really is in that way. Even if all you do have is a simple welcome email or welcome sequence, it'll save you so much time and headache. So sign up for an ESP. Now there's I have a short list on the blog, but just so you can have it here, like MailerLite, MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, Drip, Sendinblue. I don't have a dog in the fight here. I haven't used all of these. I actually use the platform through my membership site Podia for simple email marketing. And so you may have a website that also has it included in that way too. Again, don't overthink which one should I use, because it's really easy to get caught up in analysis paralysis and do analysis procrastination. Well, let me break down all of the features and all of the things. Look, you can sign up for free trials, you can sign up for monthly billing at first, and you can change later. You really can. Just pick something. There's a lot of really good ones out there. Ask one of your business besties, okay, what do you use? What's a good thing that I can do as well? And just get started. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Don't overanalyze this. Get started. Start sending things out. So yeah, so sign up for an email service provider, because again, if you're going to do email marketing, do it right and make your life easier for sure. And then number 5, share your opt-in, your lead magnet, your email newsletter everywhere. Again, this has a huge return on investment, and actually, when people are interacting with the business, they actually kind of prefer interacting with them on email. They like when businesses interact with them in their email, so give them that option. Don't assume that they don't want to hear from you. Don't assume that they don't want to sign up. Put the option out there for them. So what I mean is, like, if you're on a platform, if you've got a page, if you've got a profile, if you've got a website, get this information up there somehow. A link to your landing page, a link to your opt-in, whatever it is, get it on there. Briefly explain the benefits, because it's way less effective just say sign up for the newsletter. It's just like, okay, how does that benefit me? You have to tell them how it benefits them. Why do I want your emails cluttering up my inbox? Why does that matter? And then you can tell them, to download the lead magnet to help you save time and get your books organized every month. Or if you're, still just pushing something more email newsletter related, it's just like to get tips every week on, let's say tax deadlines you need to be aware of, and other bookkeeping tips that you can read in 5 minutes or less. Things of that nature. Tell them what the benefit is in a very short line and make it easy for them to sign up. Don't make them work for it. Give them one link, one place to do, no other options. Just say, sign up here or download here. And then they put in their email and they're done. Make it easy. If you make it hard for them, they'll be gone. They won't be on your email list. You won't get to market to them. Make it easy. And just get creative about where you put it. There's no one right answer for where to put these things. I've done all sorts of things for my business, for previous businesses I've had, for my clients. One, she was at a networking event with a table, and she had flyers on the table, and we put a QR code on the printed handout. So you can do that with your email newsletter list. It's just like, here's like a printed lead magnet even. Or you can say, if you have something that's, like an online lead magnet, like a course or an email course, whatever it is, you can say, scan the QR code to download the free tool. And it makes it super easy. Again, you don't want them typing in, scan the QR code, done. This is what I mean about keeping it easy. Put the opt-in link into your email signature. Everyone sees your email, right? When someone joins your Facebook group, you can customize the questions, and one of them you can say is, do you want a free tool for this? It includes your email. I have that in mind, and not everyone opts up for it, but some of them do. When people sign up for your discovery calls to have an intro call with you, you can also include that link. By the way, if you want to sign up for notifications or download this free tool, please include your email here. Things of that nature, right? It doesn't matter where you put it, just try and put it everywhere, because you're not sure how someone's going to come across you. Someone may find you through Google, someone may find you through your LinkedIn, someone may find you through your website, through a specific blog, whatever it is. Just make sure it's it's somewhere on there. Make it easy for them to find you and sign up, because if they can't find you, they can't sign up. Also, another reason why using the email service providers is so helpful, if you have that with a good website, you can use website pop-ups. Now, I know mixed emotions on this, but here's the thing. MailChimp says that when they use pop-ups, in a smart way, 50% increase to the growth rate of their email list. It matters. Because here's the thing, if someone comes to your website, you're not tracking them. And if they leave, they're probably gone. So you want to find a way to make sure that you're giving them every chance to stay connected with you. And so pop-ups are just honestly a really effective way to do it. I know some people feel like they're annoying, but you can customize your pop-up settings. Say that it doesn't pop up until they've been on your site for, 15, 30 seconds, something like that, so that they're kind of reading, more invested, things like that. You can have it so it won't pop up. Say they go to the second page on your site. Okay, it won't pop up for them again. But also, one thing you should try and include, again, look into your email service provider, see what tools they have, see what your website has. You don't have to be tech savvy, you don't have to be annoying. You can find a way to add this, because, for example, how when you scroll up your mouse up to the website bar, and then then something else pops up, where are you going? We have more for you. You can do that too. And again, it works. You can offer it in like, just before you go, one last time, something like that. Just be very conversational. You can't force someone to sign up, but you can just try and do your best to make it as available as possible. And here's the thing, those exit pop-ups, you'll save like 10 or 15% more people. That's what the stats show. It's crazy how much it matters. So that's 5. Number 6, leverage and grow your network. So here's the thing, it's totally fine to start with like a tiny email list, but you need to grow it. So for example, something I've seen with like my clients and stuff like that is they'll have, they get all excited about, downloading my social media membership, and then they'll start posting it on their business page, just their business page. And then they'll wonder why nothing's happening. It's like, well, you only have 17 people following you on your page. So they are the only people who are receiving this content. You need to keep adding people. If you're going to be putting out content, you need to keep adding people to see the content if you want that, especially when you're at the very beginning. So basically the best way to do this is like as you're expanding your professional network, make sure you bring your email list along with you. So again, even if you're just starting out, even if you're new, this is a great time to start. Again, this is about organically growing your email list through your relationships, through who you work with, things of that nature. So as you can include, let's try this again. You can expand your professional network by joining a local business networking group, go to the lunches, give them presentations, join a paid challenge group online to up-level a certain business skill. I've done this for my sales. I've done this for certain aspects of copywriting, and meet new people in the group challenge. I actually, the VA I work with now, I met her through a group challenge, so just so you know. You can post actively and interact in like entrepreneur groups or specific niche groups for your clients on social media. You can also reach out to someone who may be in a different field but serves the same client as you. So for example, like I have a partnership with a woman, she designs websites specifically for bookkeepers, but she has no intent of dealing with the content. And like I'm on the opposite side. We're serving the same people, but we solve different parts of the same problem, basically. So we have this partnership where we exchange, referrals and things of that nature. And you can exchange presentations or live trainings, things of that nature. So as you're growing your network, and all of these things I just said, grow your email list. So when you have the networking event, bring a printable lead magnet, like I said, kind of like that my one client did at her table event. Have a QR code on there. Say that you can, sign up for the newsletter here or download the online tool here. Get those people on there. Because again, even if your networking group isn't like your ideal client, they'll probably still be a really good referral source for you. So empower them to refer people to you by giving them this information. You can follow up intentionally when you're like in a group challenge. Follow up with them. Send direct messages. Be active in the group. Make connections. Because again, they may just be referral sources, but they may also end up being people that might be interested in hiring you either now or someday in the future. Talk about your email list. Talk about your freebies. Invite them to do it. Again, don't judge for them if they want to sign up. All you can do is make the offer, and then they can say no. It's okay if they say no. And then when you're in the Facebook groups and you're marketing, make sure that you regularly throw in there, does anyone want a free tool, whatever the tool is, to help you with insert the benefit it gives. You'll see that a lot if you're in Facebook groups, and it's a really great way to get to connect with someone in their DMs, things of that nature. And share the link. You can share the link that leads to the download, at least the email list. You see where I'm going with this. And then, so as you're networking, whether that's online or in person, always bring the email list into it. Again, this takes time. It's going to feel slow some days. It is. But it's a great way to build relationships. It's a really good way to get your name up there, to build out slowly, again, in a quality way. The people who want to work with you or who will refer you, and can, forward your email to someone else on their list that they're thinking about, right? So those are my 6 tips. Now, before you go, I want you to know the one thing you shouldn't do when it comes to building your email list. And you should not don't ever buy an email list. This is a big fat no-no. for a lot of reasons. One is that it's illegal. Now, here's the thing. Here's the gray area where it makes it kind of crappy. It's not illegal for someone to sell it to you, and it's not illegal for you to buy it, but it's illegal for you to probably use it. Illegal, like, to the point of, like, the Can Spam Act of 2003 in the U.S. Fines, not just for, like, a single blast, but, like, potential fines for every single person on the list that you blasted out to. It's not something you want to mess with, basically. There's another reason, too, from purely a practical standpoint. So if you're just like, meh, fines, whatever, laws, whatever, it's less effective, and it also hurts the effectiveness of the rest of your emails. So, for example, let's say you send an email, basically a cold email, from your newsletter to someone who's never met you before. They're going to flag you as spam. Now, here's the thing. When someone flags you as spam, the email gods, they know this, they remember this, and they're like, this may not be a reputable email sender. So they're more likely to kick your butt into spam on your future emails, especially if multiple people do this. It basically hurts your sender reputation. You don't want that to happen. You want your emails to land in their inbox. If it goes straight to spam, what was all that work for? So it doesn't matter. And then also, when you take the time to warm up a relationship so that they opt into your list, they are choosing to hear from you. And that choice is really important to how effectively your message lands, right? But if you're bugging someone who didn't ask to hear from you, like basically knocking on their door, like an unsolicited salesman, they don't know you, they don't trust you. Why should they buy from you? So it's a much colder market that's going to flag you as spam and then hurt the rest of your messaging. So just stay away from it. I know it's tempting because I know that building these lists organically can be a real pain in the butt. And it's just like, why is this taking so long? But oh my goodness, it has a big payoff. Content marketing is not only a third of the price of a lot of other paid channels. This is what this falls under. It has usually 3 times the amount of return in general. And then, like, again, for email marketing, $40 for every dollar spent. So keep that in mind, because I know it can be hard, but you kind of need to have a long-term view of this for sure. So that's what I have for you today. I'll sum up for you real quick. 1, start today. So my question for you right now, as you're listening, what is the next right step? What is one thing you can do today? I don't care if it takes 2 seconds or 2 minutes. I don't care if it's putting a reminder on your calendar to set aside an hour to write your email. Just start doing something. This has such a big payoff if you are willing to put in the time and just move forward, even if your list is small. So anyways, start today. Pick one thing to do today. Number 2, choose quality over quantity. Don't get worried about, having a massive mailing list and doing it overnight. You don't need that to meet your revenue goals. Make sure that you're connecting with people you want to work with, or who can refer you to people you want to work with. Worry about quality over quantity. Number 3, use lead magnets. People aren't going to give away their email address for nothing, so give them a reason to let you into their email inbox. It's super valuable. Just make sure that you're making something that they can use immediately for a win, and to get in your inbox. And again, if you need help making one, I got templates. I can personalize one for you. I got you covered. Number 4, use an email service provider like MailChimp. By personalizing and segmenting, you really bump up your success. You'll have automations, things of that nature. If you're going to do this and take it seriously, you're going to need this tool. You're going to want and love this tool. So sign up for an email service provider. Number 5, share this sign up link everywhere. Put it in your email signature. Put it on every page of your website. Put it in the banner of your Facebook page. I think mine is. I think it is. Put it everywhere. Whenever someone comes in contact with you, make it easy for them to do that. That way you basically bring them into your world. You don't lose them, you capture them so you can keep talking to them with your emails, right? And then leverage and grow your network. It's totally fine to start small, but of course the idea is not to stay at 7 followers or subscribers, but to grow it up to a better point. So you have to make connections, make relationships, and then bring this into the conversation. Invite them, offer it, say you can download it, put it on the newsletter, whatever it is. And then never ever, never, 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 ever, ever, never, 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 ever buy an email list. Don't do it. Please don't do it. Anyways, that's what I have for you today. I hope that helps with you building an email list, especially if that's something that you want to do and you're trying to get away from social media or something like that. Anyways, if you have questions, just reach out. If you need a lead magnet, you know where to find me. And I hope you have a good day. I'll talk to you next week. Bye.